All right, sorry, got a little ahead of myself. Meant to record some of this removal and setup here, but anyway, I'm back here, another video. Finally got a replacement for the forks. So these are from Surly. These are the Surly ice cream truck forks, and these are the second ones that I've purchased because the first one, according to the specs, had the right offset, but it didn't work. So I need to return those. Anyway, yeah, replacing these guys. Sorry, the light in here is terrible. Replacing these bad boys. These I've never cared for these forks, and boy, let me tell you, I wish I had a scale because these things are so heavy. I mean, these got to be a quarter of the weight of these things. It's incredible. And for the riding that I do, because I don't really do, trails and stuff, I'm mostly a road rider. A little gravel here and there, little, sort of trail cutoffs, but I don't need the suspension fork. It's too soft for my size and the weight of this thing, so I've never liked it. But a few caveats here. Let me also show you this. So this is, sorry, this light is terrible. My new wheel. This is a Blizzak from Alex Rims. So this fork, if you can see this, does not have the little slot. It's like a through bolt. So the hubs from the stock bike won't work. So I had to get new hubs, and I just went ahead and got new wheels, a whole new wheel. I think it was about $160. And then the forks I picked up for, I think, 80 bucks, $75, $80. I'll leave. These were hard to find. These, I don't know if they even have. I'll try to find another link, but again, they're the Surly ice cream truck, and these fit. Another little hiccup was, I don't know if you can see the spacers. I didn't have a tool to cut down, where the tube comes through. It's longer. It's about an inch longer than the stock fork. So I had to add those. You can see those silver shims up there, and actually one black one to add to those to get it to where I could get some tension to tighten those down. And again, I may, if feels too tall, I'll take it down to the bike shop and have them cut the top down. So that was another little hiccup. You can see these things have little Fender mounts and stuff all over the place. Another thing I had to order is, this is a different mount than the mount that comes on the front on the RST fork, the stock fork. So I had to get a different adapter. And actually I didn't even have to get it because it came with my other, when I bought the hydraulic brakes, it came with like 3 or 4 different adapters. So I just have to use a different one. So if you don't have that adapter, you'd have to get it, if you were just changing out from the stock setup. So yeah, so anyway, sorry, it was pretty straightforward. Taking it off, you just take the stem, kind of holds, there's no anything that holds that down. So you got to take the stem off, and then there's a little crown washer thing that goes in the bottom that you have to take off the old fork. It just pops right off with a screwdriver, kind of tap in on either side with a flat blade screwdriver, and it popped off pretty easy. Slide that in first, and then slide that in, then everything's secured by the stem. And again, I had to get this new rim, which again, I wish you could feel this. It's got kind of the holes in it. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, this thing is so light, crazy light compared to the stock wheel. So yeah, really happy with that. And it's got this through bolt thing. Let's see, sorry, my garage is a mess here. So yeah, it's got this. So this, you slide the wheel on there, and then this slides through, and it sort of sits on this guy here. That's how it's secured. It doesn't have a quick release. I think there is, let Actually, I guess maybe it's not Hall. I think there is a quick release setup you can get for it, but not really too worried about the quick release. It's just one, it comes off with just one screw, and I always carry a little toolbox anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna get the tire off the old rim, and yeah, wrestle with that for a little bit, and then I'll check back in. All right, I'm back. Sorry, it's actually the next day. So there it is. I got it mounted. Got the wheel on. Got the brakes all set. Look at that bad boy. This was a bit of a pain. These rims are tubeless ready, so it was a lot harder to get the tire to go around the rim itself. A lot harder than the other ones. It must be just a hair bigger diameter or something, because yeah, I had to struggle with that. We got those on. My adapter didn't quite, so I had to kind of double, I don't know, rig up. I'm gonna look and see if there's another. See, it barely clears, but it clears. And anyway, I'm gonna see if there's a different, I can't remember what they call these. It's not the post mount, but the like side mount or something. I gotta see if I can get another one adapter that sticks out a little further, because this single one that came with the brakes must be designed for like the 160 millimeter. Again, these are the 203, I don't know if you can see that, 203 millimeter. So a little rigging on that, but it works. So yeah, everything else is mounted. Again, my little spacer hack, I ordered some more so I can just get the same black aluminum ones, more consistent, but it works for now. Now I've got to, next issue is mounting the fender, because you know, the stock fender, or the stock fork, has this like bar that comes over on the suspension fork, and that's where the light and the fender would mount to. Well, obviously this one doesn't have that, so I'm trying to rig up something on here, but I don't have a screw long enough to go all the way through the fork. So plus it sits so high, I don't know if it's gonna work like that, because the other one was like down lower. So trying to come up with a solution for that. I just have this, I had it put on there temporary, but I don't really like it right there. That's on the front rack mount. But yeah, so again, that's just kind of not doing a full, like, you know, how to, just kind of going over. And it's amazing how much, I mean, I can, you know, this thing's, you know, I think they were 70 pounds stock, and you know, obviously I've added a lot of, you know, the rack and some other stuff to the bike, so it's pretty heavy. But my word, this thing, once you take that fork, now these forks are 1,480 grams. The stock RST forks that come on the RadRover are 3,350 grams. So that's like almost a 4-pound difference. So in pounds, that's like 3.2 on these or something, and 7.4 on the RadRover fork. So yeah, is that right? Yeah, almost 4-pound difference between these forks and the stock forks. That's amazing. And then these wheels as well. I mean, you can see they've got kind of these cutout things here, so it's a lot lighter rim. It's a lighter hub. Not as dramatic a difference weight wise, and I couldn't find a weight on these things, but they are, I mean, you just hold them up to each other and they're a lot lighter. So yeah, you know, I probably lost, you know, cut off like 5 pounds on this thing. It's amazing. Anyway, so there's that, and I'll do my best to link. I'm gonna see if I can't come up with a solution for this fender here, and maybe I'll drop back in. All right, here we go. Here's the final, well, for now anyway. Actually, I think I got her pretty well dialed in. Got the fender on. Now these, the mounts for the fender for the shock, they were much bigger, so I had to put these little shim things in here. So anyway, they feel like they're tight, so they're holding. Everything feels solid. I also had to put a little sort of adapter. It's actually off of like an old car stereo installation kit that hung down. And then I had to flip the bracket for the light over, because otherwise it was up here, it was kind of hitting on the wires. So you know, I wanted it down lower. Also, I didn't want it, you know, issue with clearance when turning and stuff. But yeah, there she goes. It's a little close in the back. You can see like the gap here is, but it clears. I mean, you know, it's close enough. Hopefully not too much, you know, flies up beyond the back there. Yeah, there they are. The ice cream truck forks from Surly. Yeah, really stoked. I haven't ridden it yet, so maybe I'll do a little quick update in a minute to get this thing ridden. But yeah, not bad installation. You know, if you're like me and you ride mostly roads, you could probably get, you know, some money for trade-in or selling the stock, the RST suspension fork. But yeah, I didn't really care for it. I have plans. I'm actually going to use all my old, I mean, as much upgrades as I've done to this thing, I damn near got enough for another bike. I just need another, basically a frame now. I've already got a back wheel. I got a front wheel now. You know, I'll need little things like seat and seat post, but gonna use my old RadRover stuff and try to build up another bike. So anyway, more to come on that later. But yeah, there it is. You guys got any questions on this? I'll try to link again. I got this on eBay. It was like a one-off, so but there are other places you can get these, but they're pretty expensive. I think new, well, I mean, this is new, but they're typically like $175. I got these a lot cheaper, but I will link again. It's the ice cream truck fork. They have an ice cream truck model, and this is just the fork from that bike, and it's the one that has the offset. But again, like I said, there's little caveats. You've got the through bolt, so you either have to get a new hub or a whole new wheel like I did, and which I'm very pleased with. This thing, man, I wish you could feel how front light this thing is now. It's like a wheelie machine. I mean, the front end comes up so fast. So yeah, and like I said, I probably cut, you know, between the wheel and the forks, probably 5-6 pounds off this bike, which, you know, that's quite a bit. So there it is, Surly ice cream truck forks. Loving it. I'll give a ride update and soon, and stay rad, everybody. All right, real quick, I just took a little short test ride, and man, this thing feels so much different. The bike feels so much lighter, and also it's hard to tell from here, but the fork angle, the head tube angle here, on the forks, it's a little kicked out, so it has sort of a slower turning radius. Well, this one's a lot steeper, so it feels really, like, turns really quick, feels really nimble, you know, with that lightweight and stuff. So yeah, it feels really good. Everything rides great. But boy, it just feels like a different bike. Pretty crazy. So yeah, I just want to do a quick little update on that, and I'll finish this video up. You guys have any questions on this, let me know. And once again, stay rad, everybody.